Again, the TFWF would like to thank its sponsors here, and here comes a man who's got a mission, and that mission is to make Viktor Kovalenko tap. Do you think he can do it?
I'm not even dignifying this rest of this segment with a response.
You still bitter about what happened at Jonas Street?
How can security allow Tiger Young to come back into the ring? It's beyond me.
Well, we're just going to ignore you for a second, because Joe Bryan, a former hardcore champion, and is the only man in the history so far of the TFWF to actually put, for a lack of a better term, the kind of willie, so to speak, up Viktor Kovalenko. The fear maybe of Viktor Kovalenko. Has he made Viktor Kovalenko scared? Because he almost made Viktor Kovalenko tap, which is something we have never seen here. And here comes the Intercontinental Champion.
Well, we'll say this. You look at Kovalenko now on the stage, walking his way to the ring. That man wants to break Joe Bryan's face in.
He does look very, very, very intense here. And I think the rivalry between Bryan and Kovalenko is something that TFWF probably has never seen before. Two guys that started out really as just wanting to prove the other had the competitive edge above the other. And then it got physical. And then it became about that King of the Deathmatch tournament. And then it got more physical. And then a few weeks ago, the biggest question left on the lips of every TFWF fan across the world is, can Joe Bryan, aka the Crazy Man, make Viktor Kovalenko tap out?
I don't know. It's an interesting one. It's kind of one of those questions that you may never answer. But if he locks him in that finisher, and Kovalenko's got nowhere to get to a rope, it could be all over for Viktor Kovalenko's undefeated streak in the TFWF.
And now they are partners here tonight. And the first man they're going up against is this guy, former Intercontinental Champion, and a guy who really has been up against all the odds. I mean, you call him the Flyboy as a means of a derogatory insult, but Jose Ramon can fly, and Jose Ramon has never, ever backed down from a challenge, and that challenge includes a near 300-pound TFWF icon called Phenom that wants to end Jose Ramon's career. And the two men have decided they'll settle that score in a Circle of Blood match at Death and Glory 2010. But tonight, they are partners in this strange bedfellows match. What is Ramon going through? What's going through his mind?
Probably why he paid $50 for a $5 haircut.
Will you stop? Just be serious. The guy's career could be over. Phenom is a tough...
That's the point. Phenom is a tough customer. Phenom is the TFWF, and here he comes, European champion for a reason. He's ended careers as a hired hitman of TCK, for Christ's sake. And you think Flyboy Ramon is going to be sat there at night, not crying into his pillow, not worried, not painted pants in fear, because the rest of the world is, because Phenom is a legitimate badass. He's a legitimate bad man. Jose Ramon in the Circle of Blood match, and tonight has been off way more than that puppy can chew on.
What remains to be seen is whether it is more than he can chew on here, and the question on everyone's mind is, how is this going to work? We'll break it down for you folks pretty simply. Hardcore rules in this strange bedfellows match, so a pinning combination can come from, say, Kovalenko on Ramon or Phenom on Bryan, and it can happen anywhere within the realms of the building, really. So, to an extent, Kovalenko and Bryan are going to have to rely on the whereabouts of one another, and on the flip side, Ramon and Phenom are going to rely on the whereabouts of one another. The thing for me, though, is what is going to happen here, because the problem you've got is that none of these guys don't get along. Kovalenko and Bryan obviously don't, and it's Ramon and Phenom don't, and they're all scheduled to meet their respective partners at Death or Glory 2010. So what do you do here? I mean, you've got to be watching the guys back tonight. I mean, I guess this is why they call it the strange bedfellows match.
That's exactly right why they call it that match. And the thing is, for me, is, do you think these guys care that much? I mean, I don't know. I mean, is a loss for Phenom that important for grabbing Ramon and completely destroying him even further tonight? Brian trapping Kovalenko in a submission hole and damaging him. I mean, we know that Brian can do the job once he gets that reverse Texas cloverleaf, that Cuyahoga River Fire into play. And that's the thing that's worried. Or you've debated is worried Kovalenko. So if he gets that into play, what are the chances that he'll prefer to do that, knowing that the Intercontinental Championship is a few weeks away?
That's an interesting theory, and I'm gonna agree with you on that score as well. As at the moment, it seems that there is some sort of unity, but the unity staying apart because Kovalenko has taken one corner, Ramon's taken another corner, Phenom's taken one corner, and Bryant's taken another. So nothing really stable going on here at the moment, and I have a feeling this is going to break up quickly, and it is, as Kovalenko goes firing over and goes on to Phenom, and look at these two powerhouses going back at trading moves here, and Kovalenko using that striking formula as Ramon bounds off the rope. Oh, and it comes flying in as well, and this is just going to be one of those matches where you've got to be really aware of what's going on. There's already the action flying to the outside, and where does Kovalenko fall into this? Because hardcore matches is something he's not comfortable with, as they go down to the outside, and Phenom gets Kovalenko's head and smashes it into this guardrail, and there's Phenom picking up a trash can and smashing it onto Kovalenko so quickly. Phenom establishing why he's such a well-renowned and well-thought-of hardcore champion, and now Phenom battling with him, and we seem to be battling backstage here already. And but in the ring, we're going to have to go split view here, I think, Snoop, because in the ring we got Brian and Ramon treating this bit more to a wrestling match as they go back and forth. Oh, nice jump over there by Ramon, goes for the super kick finisher that he's got, but blocked by and turned into it looks like going for a sharpshooter, and Brian's got Ramon locked in a sharpshooter, but Phenom is a mile and a half away, and Phenom's just become aware of what's going on, and now he's running back to the ringside area, and if he's not, Ramon might tap. This is what I'm talking about. You gotta be aware of where the partner is. Completely not aware. Sure, he's gone backstage. Sure, he smashed a trash can over the head of Victor Kovalenko and pretty much proved that Ukrainian is nothing but a big puff of smoke. But now Phenom's got to get back in there, and he's got to try and help his partner. And, he does break it up here, but doesn't look overly impressed with Jose Ramon as he picks Brian to his feet and takes him down with a clothesline near on 360 for Joe Bryant, as Phenom doing the damage here. Phenom picking Bryant back out to his feet, swings a arm over his head, and then backs him into the corner here with a couple of elbow strikes right to the mush of Joe Bryant. We're not going to make him any uglier. We'll stop. And then a big right arm uppercut to the face as well. Snapmare out of the corner, and a kick to the back of the head by Phenom. Goes for cover. 1, 2. Bryant getting the shoulder up. Victor Kovalenko going back to the split scene, still recovering backstage after Phenom went all out on the assault early on with that trash can. But, we're talking about this, and I think it's a point we're going to keep labeling over and again. What's the more intelligent move? Do you take the guy out before the big pay-per-view match, or do you work with him tonight?
The thing is, with wrestlers, generally there's an ego thing, so as much as it might make sense, and we've debated whether you take the guy out or not, these guys aren't going to want to lose matches. They're not going to want to lose matches, Scoop. And that's the thing, and, if Phenom can get Bryant out of the picture here, get the pin, he's going to win, and then he can turn his attention to Ramon.
And Jose Ramon is up here, and a bit of a slight show of unity here as they both, a couple of right hands onto Phenom. And that's exactly what we thought would happen, as Phenom just clotheslined Jose Ramon over the top rope, and already immediately the strange bedfellows match proving too difficult, as Phenom is probably feeling he's in position with Kovalenko's whereabouts in the building. He can just take this. The thing, it just took Ramon out over the top rope.